Good morning, Wajolson. This is your host, Ritika Jackie, back with another episode of the Challenger Channel. Today is January 8th, 2021, and it is an A-Day. I hope you all had a great winter break and had so much fun. Happy New Year, everyone. I know last year we had a rough year, but let's be positive and hope that we will have a great year. Here's a fun fact. Do you know the longest word is 189,819 letters? It would take 3.5 hours just to say it out loud. Just imagine. Here's your challenge of the day. Make something for someone. It doesn't have to be a person. It can also be your pet. It can be a card, a song, or even just a small snack. Who knows? You might make their day. That's it from your host, Ritika Jackie. Now Gia and Donashri with our special segments.
What's up, Woodrow? It's Donashri back with your special segments with the riddles of the day and the celebrity birthday shoutouts. Today's first riddle is, what always ends everything? Your second riddle is, what's half of 8? Here's a hint, the answer is not 4. Today's celebrity birthday shoutout goes to Stephen Hawking, who was a theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author. He was also the director of research at the Center for Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge at the time of his death. That's all for today, Woodrow. Bye.
Happy New Year, Woodrow. This is Gia with Special Segments 2021. Today, I'm going to share a book recommendation. Triple Threat by Mike Lupica is about a 12-year-old girl who joins her all-male middle school football team. She deals with a lot of hostility from her teammates, with the support of very few people. The book is very engaging and inspiring as readers find out how she overcomes the challenges.
On this day, January 8th, in 1815, the Battle of New Orleans starts. 2 weeks after the War of 1812 officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Ghent, U.S. General Andrew Jackson achieves the greatest American victory of the war at the Battle of New Orleans. On January 8th, the British marched against New Orleans, hoping that by capturing the city, they could separate Louisiana from the rest of the United States. Pirate Jean Lafitte, however, had warned the Americans of the attack. Although the battle had no bearing on the outcome of the war, Jackson's overwhelming victory elevated national pride, which had suffered a number of setbacks during the War of 1812. The Battle of New Orleans was also the last armed engagement between the United States and Britain.
Friday, Woodrow, I'm John with your sports news. The college football championship is set with the Ohio State University Buckeyes of the Big Ten face off with the University of Alabama Crimson Tide of the SEC. The number 1 ranked Tide defeated number 4 Fighting Irish, and the number 3 Buckeyes defeated the number 2 Tigers. In the NFL news, the NFL season is now over and the playoffs are set. The top seeds in the NFC and AFC are the Kansas City Chiefs and Green Bay Packers, respectively. Surprisingly, the 11-5 Cleveland Browns snuck in the playoffs and will face off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in their first playoff game since 2002. In other NFL news, the Jets lost out on generational Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence. They pulled 2 upset wins against the Cleveland Browns and the LA Rams to surrender the first overall pick to the 115 Jacksonville Jaguars. The fate of the current Jets QB Sam Darnold is uncertain. This has been John with your sports news.
Hello, Woodrow. This is Sarvesh Prankumar closing out your morning announcements. A quick thing to note. Winter sports tryouts for girls basketball is on Monday, the 11th of January. And here's a quick look into the news. First off, earlier this January, on January 3rd, marked the 13th birthday of the cryptocurrency known as Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been one of the most widespread and well-known cryptocurrencies, and the application of Bitcoin is kicking off revolutionary ideas in the form of e-commerce as well as economics as a whole. Secondly, tensions are rising as of recently due to an incident in D.C. when protesters stormed the Capitol building. There is still more information about this, but from what we have right now, protesters stormed and breached the Capitol building and have entered the main chambers. As of right now, protesters have been pushed back from the Capitol building and have been pushed back to a safe area from law enforcement intervention. There is still more information about this, so please check with further reliable and trustworthy sources if you're interested in more information. Finally, the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine has received official approval from the European Union, and EU regulators have authorized the use of this vaccine. This means Moderna can start sending their vials of the vaccine to some of the most heavily hit European countries from the coronavirus pandemic. These are countries such as France, Spain, and Italy, all countries that were heavily hit by this virus. Alright, Woodrow, that practically sums up the morning announcements. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact us on the email addresses on the screen. And that's all from your host, Sarvesh. Have a great day, Woodrow. Go Challengers!